Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Samantha. Today I'm going to be sharing with you something brand new that launched this Wednesday, or Wednesday just gone actually. And Revolution launched a whole range of glitter products. In fact, last Saturday they actually sent me this palette. So they sent me the Revolution pressed glitter palette in Midas Touch, and I will link the video down below. Now that's a palette with obviously all pressed glitters in there, and in that video I share with you swatches, what I did with the glitters, which wasn't, I didn't put them on my eyes. I wanted to do something a little bit different. But obviously you'll need to watch that video. But they launched lots of glitters. So there was 3 palettes within the range. There was some loose glitters, as well as I think it's 4 or 5 glitter pastes, and they also launched some crushed pearl pigments. Now of course I already had the palette of glitters, so I didn't think that I needed any more glitter, although the glitters look amazing. The loose glitters, all of it looks absolutely incredible. But for everyday use, I thought that I would use the crushed pearls, and I absolutely love shimmer eyeshadow. That is what I love. That's what I look for in a palette. My eyes are always drawn to the shimmers, so I thought I'd pick up, and I've picked up 6 of them to share with you. I might pick up more depending on, you know, what I feel about these products. Now, I've already added a look to one eye, and I've already got the swatches. So what I'm going to do is just show you around the actual packaging. Then I'll share with you the swatches, and then we'll get into the look. So this is how they come to you. They don't come in any other packaging apart from this. I also ordered mine from superdrug.com. I love Superdrug because it's always on a next day delivery service, and it's free because I have one of their points cards. So I really love that. Obviously you have to spend a certain amount to receive free next day delivery. I also get it delivered to my local store, which is 5 minutes away, and I love that because you're in control. I mean, I love ordering from Revolution as well. The customer service there is amazing. I've always had a great experience with them, but their delivery is a little bit slow, and I also feel that you can't always guarantee when you're going to receive it. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it's slower, depending on how busy they are. And at the moment they had a 50% or up to 50% off sale, so I thought, you know, the delivery service might be a little bit slow. I mean, it's a good service, don't get me wrong. I love ordering from them, but with Superdrug I just feel a little bit more in control. I know what's going on. So anyway, that's what I did. These retail for £4. In fact, the palettes are £10 each. The loose glitters are £4, and the glitter glitter pastes, they're also £4. And Superdrug at the moment are having a 3 for 2 extravaganza on a lot of their makeup, and if you want these products and you want to order from Superdrug, you need to get on there ASAP, because I've seen that the palettes in particular, they have gone out of stock I think about 3 times already. And if you follow me on Instagram, you would have seen last night that I posted a few pictures of the other palettes, the red one and the black one. I must admit the black one was pretty beaten up. It had had a lot of attention, but the palettes were nearly all sold out. There was only 1 or 2 of each. In fact, the one that I've got, Midas Touch, that actually had completely sold out in store. So like I say, if you want these products and you want to get them, or you're able to get them from Superdrug, there is a 3 for 2 offer, so you probably need to get on there ASAP. But obviously alternatively you can purchase from revolutionbeauty.com, and both links will be down below for you. So this is your packaging. I really love this packaging. I think it's very elegant, very classy. I'm really pleased that they haven't put it in a round tub. which I think, have they done that before? Other brands, I know that Elf, theirs is in a round tub, and I just find that that is it's a lot more space basically, because you do have, and I'll show you, it's like a salt and pepper pot basically. You've got holes in the top there, and if you have a larger space, a lot more product can, I mean, we're talking about loose pigments, so they can become messy. I really like the fact that it's a tall product, or the packaging is tall. I really like the fact that it is square. I just love it. I think it looks, like I say, very elegant. So the top, it screws off, and I must admit that every single one of mine, when I received it, all the tops were either loose or had come off. But nonetheless, when you receive it, there actually is a little bit of a plastic sticky film over the top that you have to peel off, and then you've got that sifter there. So this is what I mean. It's a smaller area. Not only that, the lid, I mean, mine's a little bit messy because I've already done the swatches, but the lid actually fits onto very tightly once it's screwed on. There's no product going to come out of there, only a little bit in the top. You're going to see the holes. It's going to come through the holes, but it's not going to go everywhere, because this also acts as a stopper, if you see what I mean. So yeah, I really like that. I also like the fact that, you've got the lid, it fits on perfectly. I love that it's tall, you've not got too many holes, but what I will say is that it tips out nicely into the lid, and obviously you can pop it on your hand, you can put it wherever you want, but I found tipping a little bit into the lid and then either using a brush or your finger, as I've done finger swatches. So that is the actual product. You have Revolution on here. Now this is going to look quite faint. There we go. It hits the light. So you've got Revolution there. And then on the back, you've got a sticker. Get it right the right way around. You've got a sticker there with the actual shade name there. So I really like that as well. I think this has been really well thought out. I like the design, and I also like how much product you get in here, which I don't think is on here. But you get quite a lot of product in there as well. I mean, this is going to last a long time, and for £4, I think it's actually really, really good value for money, especially if you purchase off Superdrug and it's on the 3 for 2 offer. Okay, now I'm going to get into the swatches, and I'm actually amazed. Even though it's a loose pigment, I didn't get any product anywhere. Like I said, the sifter seems to be, and how it's been designed is quite tall and upright. So I didn't make any mess. It was very easy, and these are all of the swatches of the shades that I've picked up. So the first one is called Worldie. Now I knew that I had to get that. As you know, I'm loving yellow at the moment. Yellow gold, yellow, I'm just loving it. In fact, I went out last night and I tried to get a yellow nail polish, and I must admit, yellow nail polish does not look very nice on me. So I'm going to have to rethink that one and perhaps go for orange. But anyway, that's Worldie, and it is really, really pigmented. I also found that with this product, like when you have an eyeshadow, it swatches quite, I don't know what I'm trying to say. Well, I know what I'm trying to say. It's going to be difficult for me to, when I swatch an eyeshadow, it seems quite perhaps slippery, and it just goes like that. This, I literally had to swatch very well. I don't really know how to explain it, but it swatched it felt quite different to an eyeshadow, in that the pigment to start with went where I put it with my finger, and it wasn't until I agitated the product like this that it actually went everywhere, not went everywhere, but swatched where I wanted it to go. And I felt, especially as I've now applied it to this eye, I really like that, because even though it's a loose pigment, it didn't go everywhere. There was no fallout. It did exactly what I wanted it to do, and I really, really like that. Now I've got hooded eyes, as I've mentioned a few times. It didn't go everywhere, And like I say, it just swatched where I wanted it to go. I have had loose pigments in the past, and I found that they not only fly everywhere, they don't swatch necessarily very well. The pigmentation is lost, and also, yeah, I just found these really, I mean, you can see from the swatches, they swatched so beautifully. So that one is Worldie. This one here is called Kinky. Now this one I'm a little bit disappointed by, because I expected this to be a lot lighter. I think it's just the description, it's not the product as such. And this is why I think it's very important that swatches are made available as soon as new products come out. And this is why I like to get new products. If I pick these up, I like to share them as soon as possible. Kinky to me was, I'm sure, in my mind, it should have been a lot lighter, but it's a mid-tone, like a bronzy colour. The next one is Beck Call, and it is a duochrome. So you've got a pink base with a gold shimmer there. Really like that, but this is another one I was a little bit disappointed by. I love the colour, but I just feel that there's a lot of shades like this around at the moment. I really like it, you know, again, don't get me wrong, I love it, but I just wish it was a little bit different. You know, I've got a lot of palettes from Revolution that have this kind of duochrome. Then I've got Girl Next Door. So this is Girl Next Door. This one had a little bit of sparkle to it, which I really loved. Then we have Sass Queen. Now, when I ordered these, I waited until Superdrug had this Worldie available. I thought this was going to be my favourite because, as I've mentioned, I really love yellow. Actually, Sass Queen is my favourite. It was a mistake that I ordered this because I had a long list of shades that I wanted to share, or that I wanted to purchase and share with you. And Sass Queen, I meant to actually remove and put another shade in its place. I didn't for some reason, but I'm really pleased because this one is actually my favourite out of in fact, I think it's my favourite out of all of them. And then Goody Two Shoes is the last one. Now it's very similar to Beck Call as in its duochrome. So this one is a pink with gold reflect. This one is more of a peachy pink, and it is much more metallic looking. You can see that from the actual swatch. So it's very similar, but it's not the same. It's more of a peachy pink. And I think actually I like Goody Two Shoes better than Beck Call, which I thought actually I was going to like that. But like I say, I think there's a lot of shades like this in the eyeshadow palettes that they've done, and yeah, it just reminds me of that. So although I am disappointed, it's a lovely shadow, but I think I prefer this just because it's a little bit different. And what I want is, I mean, bearing in mind I have a lot of products from Revolution, they're my favourite brand of course, and you know, I want things to be different. I don't want to keep buying a different formula or different product but with the same shades, if you see what I mean. So yeah, that's why I was a little bit disappointed by that one, but I am extremely impressed with that shade, Sass Queen. I think if I had just purchased that one on its own, I would be very happy. So that's all of the shades. Now what I want to do is get into a look for you. So I've already shared, I've already applied, the eye look there. I'm just going to clean my brush off on my Primark colour switcher. That's what I'm calling it. I don't know the proper technical term for it. The eyeshadow palette. Now, of course, these are all shimmers, so I don't want to wear shimmers all over my eye. These are just an added bonus to your makeup collection. There are no mattes. They are obviously, like pearls, as the name suggests. So they are all shimmery and varying degrees of shimmer. So you will need to add a base first of all, unless of course you love wearing shimmers all over your eye. But I've gone in with one of my favourite Revolution Pro Regeneration palettes in Gold Mine. So I've used a few shades from this. I absolutely love it. Now, of course I would, because at the moment I'm loving anything yellow. So what I went in with a mix of Royalty and Splendid, which is the orange and the brown shade in there, and I popped that in the crease. And of course I'm using my Primark PSI brush. So I went in with that to start with. And then I went in more with Splendid and took that quite high. These shadows are just amazing. Absolutely beautiful. I'm just going to run that combination again, so Royalty and Splendid underneath the eye. Oh, just love it. I'm just going to go over the top of that with Splendid. Oh, I love that. I'm just going to do a bit more on the other eye actually. Beautiful. They're so pigmented, these palettes. If you haven't tried these palettes from Revolution Pro, I would suggest that you try at least one of them, because they're £8, but they are just so pigmented, so beautiful. Okay, then I went in with the shade Bourgeois. I'm going to get it right this time. This one. That one there. So it's a little bit deeper. So I'm going to run that in the crease and across the outer part of the lid, just to give this eye, what I wanted to do was just balance the shimmer. So I wanted to you know, create a bit of a rich look. And I know that yesterday I revisited a palette and I did a yellow gold eye look then. I do apologise, but like I say, I am loving that for the summer this year. So that's, and I just couldn't wait actually to test out the gold shades. That's really why I went for these. I wish there was some greens in here. I'm also loving green. I'm loving that more yellow toned green. There's a lot of palettes that I really wish I could get my hands on, but they're all from the US and I'm not going to pay those kind of charges to get them shipped to the UK. But I just wish that you know, there was some more shades within the range, like green. I know that there's a duochrome in there, but I wanted something, I don't know, like a mint green, because I'm still pining after that shade from oh, I've forgotten what the brand is called now. It's that American brand. They've just brought out some colour blocks and there's a shade there like a teal colour that I really want to get my hands on. So I wish that there was more colours in this collection, I suppose. I'm just going in with now Hollywood, just to deepen up that crease. Like that. I'm just going to deepen this side out a little bit more. Beautiful, just love it. Now I'm going to go underneath the eye now. Like I say, these shadows are just amazing. So pigmented, just fantastic quality. Love that. I think I've got the base the same. Yeah. Okay. Before I put on any of the the loose pigments. I'm just going to line my eye with the Revolution HD Smoky liner. Like that. Okay, then I went in with, now I started off with the shade Worldie, which is what I was most excited about because of course it's that yellow shade. I went in with that. Let me just put that out of the way. And what I did was I just tipped a little bit of the product into the lid like that. You don't need a great deal at all. I'm just going to need a little bit more than that. So about that much. That's probably even a little bit too much, but I want to make sure that I've got enough. I started off by applying it with a brush. So I've got my flat Wilko brush and I'm just going to just start applying it. I'm just going to do everything that I did on the other eye first of all, so you can see exactly what I found. Like that. Then what I did was I sprayed the brush. For that I used the Obsession Pigment Boost there. Sorry, I've got a tickle in my throat. Whenever I do a video, I always want to cough. Now I'm just applying that. It's still got a little bit of shadow on. And that actually did work. I'm just going to put a bit more product on. That did work, but I found, wow, that has worked really, really well. Just making sure it's all around the edge. Now that has worked, just putting, there we go. Yeah, that's worked incredibly well actually. When I did it the first time round, perhaps I didn't spray the brush well enough, but yeah. I found with these, if you apply them with a brush, you either need to wet them or perhaps apply them, and they do recommend that you use their they've come out with a glitter glue, which is £4 as well, and I did toy with picking that up, but I thought no, I won't pick it up because these are, you know, they are not pressed pearls, sorry, they are loose or crushed pearls, and I thought, you know, they're going to act like eyeshadow, but you probably will need to perhaps pick that up. But I found, you know, when you spray the brush, it works well. Now I'm just going to apply it with my finger just to see if that works. Yeah, it's exactly what I found. I found that wetting the brush or applying with your finger works best to apply these, and you can really see that. Absolutely beautiful. I wish that there was that kind of shade that like this, but it had a little bit of, it was like a dirty yellow, that kind of thing. And I suppose Sass Queen is very like that, but more, even more so. Those are the colours that I'm really into at the moment. So then what I did was I wanted a little bit more pigmentation, and I then wanted a little bit of Sass Queen. So I'm going in with this. This, like I say, is fantastic. I love this shade. You do not need a lot of this at all. I've put way too much in there, but you really don't need a lot of this. I'm going in with the same brush, and I'm just going to just then go over the top of that. I suppose it's got a little bit more of an antique kind of look to it, but it's actually, even though it's, you know, like an antique, oh, I just love it. In fact, I think this is, yeah, this is definitely my favourite. It's, oh, just absolutely beautiful. I suppose Worldie is a little bit more yellow, this is more antique, and I just wish that they'd gone a little bit further and got a shade that's got a little bit of green to it. Beautiful. Now I'm swapping the brush and I'm going in with my pencil brush, and I'm just going to just go all the way around the eye now. Like that. Oh my goodness. If you, like me, like yellows at the moment for summer, pick up Sass Queen. You will not be disappointed. I mean, look at that. Definitely out of the two, this, in fact, actually out of the whole range, Sass Queen is my absolute favourite. I love it. I think I've said it about 3 or 4 times now, but I just can't believe how beautiful it is. It is stunning. I'm loving it. Oh, anyway, I need to finish my makeup. I could just stare at that eye, that lid shade all day. Okay, I'm going to apply my PS Amplif-eyed mascara from Primark. It's black, it's my favourite. Oh goodness, I just love that. Can't get over that. So beautiful, so beautiful, gorgeous. Actually, I'm going to put a bit more on the other eye. I didn't actually wet the brush and put it on when I did it on the other side, so I need a bit more. So yeah, when you wet the brush, it definitely amps up the colour. It amps it up, and actually I think putting it on with a wet brush is probably the best. Oh my goodness, I'm in love with this colour. Love it. Of course, I would love your thoughts. That is all my eye look complete. As you can probably tell, I'm loving it. I would love your thoughts. What are you thinking about these crushed pearls? What are you thinking about the shades? I think because I'm so into yellows and golds, and especially antique golds at the moment, the pinks and everything else that I've purchased probably won't get a look in for a while. But yeah, I'd love your thoughts on the colourways, the colours that I've shared with you, definitely the shades that I've put on my lid. Of course, I would love your feedback on that as always. And if you have just stumbled across my channel, I would really appreciate it if you subscribe. My goal is to get to 10,000 subscribers and I'm nearly there. Only got 1,000 or so more to go, so I'm really thrilled by that. And obviously, as I always say, I can't do it without you. I try and get these Revolution products to you as quickly as I can, because if you're anything like me, you need to know what the shades are like before you purchase. And yeah, that's the reason behind it. And of course, I like to test it for you as well and try it all on. But until tomorrow, thank you so much for watching. Thank you. Bye.